Share, like, subscribe, comment all you want. Talk some shit, whatever. Tell us how we're doing. Tell us what we're not doing. Um, yeah, Big Cobra. You were telling me how he took it to KPT. What was it? What was he like when he was here on the West Coast?
Hmm. You're talking about Big Cobra. That's Kaimi. His last name is Kaimi. But I said, okay, real quickly. Okay. Um, I'm related to him through his dad. His dad, and I think you got it in the other script. We won't go doing that too far. But his dad was his dad was Kaimi shit that, but he had an older brother named Ganu. Ganu was a bad motherfucker. They both bad mother. I'm pretty sure uh Cobra's dad's name was Eliu. And I related them to Eliu's fucking wife with Pista. That's my related to my dad. Okay. So they are how do I say it? How family meet, right? We come to Long Beach, right? And they stay at Drake Park area. Well, the Drake Park area, my family on that side, they ruled. They were the main family in that area. You understand?
Yeah.
The men. Oh, and by the way, that's how refinery. A lot of oil field workers and shit that came through me and thing came refinery to go work at refinery. They came in through that man, Cobra's fucking dad, Cobra's grad Elio and his other uncle Tanu, because these were the big men among our people. They worked in refinery. You mean they didn't work in the fucking small jobs like every other did? Not fucking the people. You mean everybody had regular jobs? You know what I mean? Warehouse work and stuff like that, and whatever they did, construction. But the men, the men worked at the refinery, and it was those three men. It was all three brothers. But when these guys came back, they all stayed at the Drake Park apartments. So that apartments were like predominantly all Samoans. There was like a handful. There was one black family on the side. Balo today graduates that family. Another black family at the middle, them family as well, and the other family towards the end. Other than that, Samoans, only one other white family, and that was the managers. But the rest of the apartments, all Samoans. You think it maybe had one Mexican family on the bottom. But that building is still there today. It looks like it was 3 stories. It looks like a mental asylum. Yeah. But at that time, she was painted bright yellow. You know what I mean? You walk right at the steps one side, and the other side, the steps one side. But the other side was railing, free railing. Matter of fact, one guy was sitting there. I remember I was doing time in camp. And the brother named Kaimi, this is what the other brother, the last name Kaimi, he was like the badass of the park. Big Kaimi. And by the way, if Big Kaimi's alive, he's still around, Malo Kaimi. You guys don't. But they all, oh, another thing, Tim, that family, they had like, you see like Diana Ross? They had really big eyes.
Yeah.
They had really big almond eyes. But when they got mad, the eyes like turn like really round. Like they can come out, like stick out, like they come out the eye both seconds.
Yeah.
But they had that look on them. Like every one of them, and really black thick hair. Cobra had that fro like hair, like if you look like Chief of War, what's his name's brother when it died.
Yeah.
But his hair was longer, and on the end, like the last, I'll show you here, like the last 3 inches, it was straight. You mean so it worked like a wave, and you can see it when he pulled out his fro. Oh, and by the way, he had like another one. He was another one of the guys. It was like 4 or 5 guys. In them days, the guys had like 2-foot fros, like that. See what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the foot, like we said, like one, like 12 inches, like 2, like.
Yeah, so it was like.
Had fros. So, I mean,
I've seen a few of those.
So a bunch of the guys who were anybody in war those days, they had that fros, man. So he was one of them. Big Sal's on him too, but Sal's fro didn't sit like fucking Cobra's fro. Cobra's fro was perfectly round when he shifted out. Sal's fro was more like a Miranda fur. It went out and then it curled backwards. You know what I mean? It went like that, like whoop, like a mane, like a lion's mane. Where Cobra's fro was not like a lion's mane. It was like perfect like Fijian, big long Fijian. Boom. Arab's hair was like that too. Arab had that same kind of fro. But Cobra was like 6'2", 6'2", almost hit bordering 6'3". He didn't have like a muscular frame like Sal. Sal had a frame like he was a football player. You can see traps and everything else. Kobra's frame was like you see like you see like a hieroglyph Egyptian. Like it was like straight like that. You know what I mean? You didn't see a whole lot of big old shoulders. What you saw was just like that kind of frame. You know what I mean? Even from the side, he was like that. He didn't have no belly. He didn't have no chest. It's just like, you know what I mean? But he was just like that, but solid all the way around. That's his silhouette. What I liked about him and shit that we had remember they were 2 years older than me. Him and Big Sal. Me and Arab, we were the youngest ones. We were 14. So you gotta remember that's springtime of life. You know what I mean? So those memories are like really boom. It's locked away in my mind, really fucking niggly. So when you looked at him, like a Kobra, beautiful roundhouse kick. You know what I mean? These guys, because in them days you had to have boxing and karate, any martial arts. Other than that, you couldn't be around us, but we just fucked you up. You guys were just fair game. We use people for them days. You use people for like tough punching bags. You know what I mean? We didn't give a fat fuck about going to jail, getting in trouble, getting kicked out of school. No. If you wanted to practice kick on somebody, you look long enough, go try him. Go get him. Oh, get him. Oh, look at him. Long. Oh, get him like Bruce Lee did. You Cream Abdul-Jabbar. He's big old tall. Get his ass. So that's kind of shit we did. You mean life was one big old plate to eat, and we made sure we devoured every part of life. You know what I mean? Kobra, he had smooth skin. He was not a hairy guy. He had smooth fucking skin. Your ass, you might see that Joker. How you know all this stuff? We're telling you, the artist. Every little thing like this man right here. This guy's a smooth skin guy right here. I'm not saying this is a smooth skin guy right here. He's not a hairy individual.
Yeah.
This guy is what you call thin and muscular built motherfucker. This guy right here. He looks like a streamlined fucking that fucking boxer, kickboxer, surfer motherfucker. That's him. Swimmer friend.
Yeah.
You mean? So you can see it. You mean that's who he's looking like see motherfuckers who they are. Kobra, smooth. He had like a coconut, but he had like a dark tan to him, hairless guy. You know what I mean? He had like one of those 12-year-old fucking that 14-year-old cholo, one real light fucking goatee coming in. Yeah. He could never grow no facial hair. You know what I mean? Sideburns, no, really. He had like really light doily, like girls would do, like try to keep theirs like baby hair. That's kind of hair you got. I mean, same thing with Arab. One who couldn't really grow no facial hair. They had like 14, 50-year-old cholo hair, like trying to grow their fucking goatee out. I mean, not like Sal. Sal had a full bush. She can grow any fucking thing with everything else. But what is that? Both of them had excellent roundhouse kicks. Sal was a Kobra. Kobra was good for his like 1-2, but his overhand was vicious. His delivery good at that. And his karate chops. It's like it's because we used to get off. Because you're talking about in the day, we probably fight maybe 1 or 2 people in one day. You mean on a slow day, maybe just one person we beat up. But when I'm talking about one person, we're talking about like we didn't go out there and look for the fight, but just like at Drake Park, fights would like they'll just pop up in your face. You mean there's like you'll see a guy like messing with one of the little kids, like bullying them, or he might be fighting with his woman. Or like we say, hey man, take that shit somewhere else, nigga. The kids are watching your bullshit. Then the guy would fuck up, do shit like, what the fuck, boom, boom. Wow, now we whooped his ass. You see me? That's how shit happens in the ghetto.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you did not get the memo, it didn't matter. You were sitting there with your kids eating and you sat there and hit that kid, and it's okay. You can do what you want to. We believe in discipline. But the moment you hit that girl and she starts screaming and looking around for help, we're here. Not to play with Captain Save-A-Ho. Them days, we didn't have that word, Captain Save-A-Ho. Them days, the word was called hero. So you was fucking with the girl for nothing. Oh, here come the hero, man. Here come the hero, man. You mean? Unless the bitch is really scaring us, we knew she was fucking up, then we only let you get 1 or 2 steps anyway, because you shouldn't be beating on the girl anyway. You know what I mean? You had to be drunk or she probably ripped you off real bad. Other than that, you shouldn't be hitting on a woman because a woman's too small. You know what I mean? Even the big girls, that's still a small girl behind her. Unless you got one of those bull dyke little monster warthog bitches and shit like that, you know what I mean? They got them warthog bitches. You guys know what I'm talking about. Them warthog bitches look like oink oinkies and shit, man. But yeah, he had a good roundhouse. He had a good karate chop fucking thing. Oh, shit. But as far as talent, just like that, good singer. He's the one that turned it up. Well, he turned me on. It's like the Earth, Wind, and Fire. Ohio players. You mean? I want to be free. When you got time to get that, I want to be free. It got a big old drum roll. Boom, boom. Yeah. I want to be free. Yeah.
Did you guys like the Jets?
Oh, Jets way later, dude. We're talking. That's way after.
Yeah.
Jets like the 80s. I'm talking about the 70s. You know what I mean? So yeah, Jets like way later, and that's a Tongan group.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Where were they from? Like, were they from L.A. or?
I don't even know where. I think they were from Salt Lake.
Oh, okay.
But they were actually the first band Polynesian group out there, the Jets.
Yeah.
My little Konga, the Jets. But yeah.
So, you guys stayed by Drake. Did you guys ever go to the bowling alley right there, Major Bowl? The bowling alley right there on
Cedar.
Yes, Anaheim and
we all went there.
Yeah.
Because it's right there with the Silva and the Hut. So remember I told you, Cobra's mothers, them shit, they had those bars, the Silva, the Hut, and they were constantly in there because remember the Refinery men. Yeah. So they come from Refinery, they go, they drinking. And that's where, that's where we get that habit too, huh? All Refinery workers, you know what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, all you small Refinery guys, especially in Long Beach, man, you guys know what? I got a bunch of them in there, turn them on and go do Refinery work, Lil Yo, and get them up in there. And now, shit, Samoans know about Refinery work like a motherfucker, especially in Long Beach, Strong Beach. But yeah, that goes to, like, the credit goes to the Kaimi family, Tanu and them, Big Tanu, Eddie Liu. Those are the Samoan big strong men that worked at fucking Thumbs Island and everything fucking else that put it down for all Polynesians working in the refinery. And that's the only reason why we got it. It's stronghold to us from the S and shit like that, because we start working refinery. You mean? Well, if you're gonna be a hard head, a crazy motherfucker and shit like that, at least go work in the refinery. You go work company shutdown, you work 40 days straight, 60 days straight on the shutdown. Some day, maybe in them days, 90 days straight. No days off. 10 days. A lot of times 12 days straight. 90 days straight. I think it's illegal to do that now. But them days you can do that. You never see your check. You know what I mean? Yeah. You get paid every Thursday, but you don't see your check because you're on a 90-day straight. You understand? You guys know what I'm talking about. Company shutdowns. So you chase the shutdowns like a dog. But your money compounded, triple compound. You know, I mean, you're talking about guys getting paid $175, $200, $200, $300 an hour. You know, you know, because compounding like the days. You know what I mean? And what's good about it, but bad, Uncle Step always take the fucking money, motherfucker, and shit like that, man. It's ripped off, man. You go scan this motherfucker. But that's what you give them pirates, you know? Pirates always gonna pirate your money. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, by any rate, they're gonna go and cut the pie and they're gonna rate it for them. Pirate. Pirate. See what I'm saying? But Singer, Cobra's good for that. One thing, another good aspect. Remember, he's older than us, so a lot of time Kobra will sit there and babysit all the youngsters. That's our job in the park. Us being the gangsters, we sit there and make sure all the youngsters not fucked with. Our best time was summer lunches because that way anybody got food. And more than one time, I remember when the mopeds first got out, I stole a couple of mopeds with some motherfuckers on the west side that we didn't get along with. So we stopped them on the red light, beat the fuck up, took their mopeds. So I took their mopeds. You had a moped, you had put $1 in that moped, you could ride all day. You mean? So I ride that moped and shit that. I remember we lassoed the lunches and shit when they had it on the other side of the field. But man, playing cowboy with a lasso the lunchbox and just drag that motherfucker. It's a lot of times, man, like a few times, man, half the food be dragged all around the park. But the kids in the ghetto love that because they never stay in line. They just get what they want then. Yeah. So we did a whole lot of that. You mean? These are stupid things that you do that makes you like Robin Hood hero in the ghetto. Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? To everybody else, we'd have, like I said, we'd have the lunches, the ones we did get away with. You have the lunches, the oranges, the milks, the young mothers that didn't have milk and shit. We'd give it to them freely. And young mothers, we loving that kind of shit. Got money for the milk for the baby, got baby food, got food, giving them oranges and all that shit. That mother break you off a little bit of that mother pussy and shit like that, man. Shit like that. But yeah, Cobra's real good there because as your older motherfuckers shit, their job is to babysit and watch us. So we sit there and watch all the little youngsters in the neighborhood. Doesn't matter what color you were and shit like that. We knew you were part of us. So that's what we did. That's what you guys don't understand living in the ghetto. That's how it was in the 70s and shit like that. We were Drake Park, but all the youngsters in Drake Park, they knew we were watching over them. If you were a grown up coming there bullying one of the kids, you're in trouble, man. You better believe in some kind of guy to help you out, because you're gonna fuck around, get your ass beat, fuck around, end up in emergency work. You know what I mean? Fuck around with little kids in the black neighborhood. Hey, not good for your health. Because especially in the 70s in the ghetto, man, anybody could drop behind trying to look for somebody to beat that ass. Yeah. But yeah, music, dance. He was an expert dancer. I mean, pop locking. That time was pop locking and shit like that. Boom, all that shit. Boom, yeah. He used to love doing the Bible. Like, he do that shit. He come up. Yeah, man. And when he did it with his throat, fucking Kobra, man, excellent fucking
Yeah.
storyteller. One of the good things, like so we sit there, especially when he got high. He sit there rolling some weed and shit, man, and turn on some fucking Earth, Wind, and Fire, and put the ghetto blaster on.
Yeah.
And man, we had some drums and we stole and shit like that, and we were drum players. He was a bass player, a drum player. Cobra could play the drum, the drums, bass, and the guitar.
Nice.
Yeah, so everybody, that does. We do guitar, the congos, I play that shit like that. Bass, flute. But if you hit S, everybody had to be instrumental. Because a lot of times like that, you didn't. Sometimes, a lot of times, the batteries wore out until we go to the store or break in the store, grab some radios, man, from the Chinese store and shit like that, and put it in there. Or other than that, you'd have to go take the batteries and put them in the freezer, try to do all that stupid shit just to keep music, keep your mind going.
Crazy.
Other than that, you'd have to play. You know, hit the side of the fucking bucket, the fucking side of the wall, go ahead and boom, boom, get a bass going, get a beat going, and sing. Because other than that, you know what I mean? You couldn't sing, you couldn't play around us. We were really kick your ass.
Yeah.
The only one thing left to do now, and that's make you let's beat them up. I say, why is that? Time for a battle royal. Remember, we're all adolescents. You know what I mean? It had to be musical. If it wasn't musical, it's going to get physical. If it wasn't physical, it's going to be some pain and agony and ecstasy like a motherfucker. But it's going to be a lot of laughter. Either way it go, people are gonna be laughing. So that's one of the beautiful things about Kobra. And what I like about him and shit, but like you say, look up even me. Remember, I was one of the younger leaders, but I was good at boxing. But at times we get into a fight, man. Remember, a few times got to a fight, man, in Carson, Carson. But that time they weren't Bloods then. They were just like S Army. They were like Samoan warriors and shit, man. But you had some of them where they were still Westside Pyru was still around. But that was Goy and Felinga and some of them guys. That's about it. Maybe even Joe Fobb and him out there, but Joe Fobb was out there doing his own thing. But he was more like what you call a trailblazer. He was like a quicker picker upper on steroids and shit. You mean, matter of fact, he was the one that ran up the pier when it used to have a big old pier down the beach. I mean, Joe Fobb, man, robbed every one of those motherfucking stores and shit. When the stores were opening up. You know what I mean? He hit every store. Boom, 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 boom. And I remember we getting fucked up, getting ready to break into a store and looked over and saw him doing it. I go, damn, wow, hello, what's up? You know, everybody to their own crime. And this is nothing to be bragged about. It's just that's what you did when you were poor. You mean we were on a poor scale. You mean so? I mean, you get in where you fit in. You know what I mean? We knew the brothers, the guys from Hub City and everything else, the guys from Compton, they were doing it. But it's just how you did it. You did what you had to do to survive. So, you know, I mean, those all things fit in. Not like you guys know. That's why I said God on fives. I know when he went to KPT, when he went out there, man, Hawaii, he came back and said he made SOS, KPT, and everything else, and Gang Folk, and came back and he tell us about it. Like, oh wow, yeah. And then also he got a girlfriend. Wow. Samoan girlfriend. Wow. We didn't have Samoan girlfriends. No. Yeah, Samoan girlfriend. And all of a sudden he came back there. He's gonna get married. Talking about, oh man, Samoan women are beautiful. Like, wow. We're over here just thirsty. Wow. We have Samoan girls out here, but you'd have to
more
catch
Americanized,
them.
huh?
Yeah, they're Americanized. You had to catch them. You know what I mean? Other than that, if you couldn't catch them and shit, the other older guys already had their dibs on them and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So other than that, plus that, all the cholos like that, walk around cholo gang back boxers, a lot of girls didn't like me and shit. But them days they called me the fob because instead of me walking around wearing football jerseys and fucking them sweats, I'm too busy wearing khakis and a t-shirt, acting like a cholo. I was a fob. I'm the fresh off boat misfit. You know what I mean? So Eric, see how time changes and shit. You know what I mean?
Huh.
So now everybody want to wear khakis and t-shirts and gangster bandanas. Yeah, crease your clothes up and shit. Yeah. But yeah, times change. But one thing about Kobra, I say Junior Kaimi. I remember one time. Real quick, I'm gonna give you guys one list before I'm gonna let this go out. I mean, fight we have Victoria Park. We're fighting some other Samoans. I ain't gonna say no names. But it was beautiful to see Kobra take off and do his 1-2. And Sal would throw his. Sal had 1-2-3 combination. Ta 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 ta. He didn't have a chop. Kobra had the chop. Boom, and he had a roundhouse. So when you remember, I'm a boxer. Ta 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 ta. You know what I mean? I'm quick. Well, I said when you see these two big, the told you they're like 6'2", 6'3". I mean, I only stood right there 5'11". These guys just letting them have it. Ba 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 ba.
Yeah.
And it's how you said it's good to see big niggas move. And people don't get it. And one time, at that time, I remember we're all dressed up. We're all wearing our black trench coats and shit and our fucking brims and shit like that. Black trench coats, brims, black khakis and shit, and fucking Converse and shit like that. But it was funny to see guys sitting there like this, like, who do you guys think you are? Everything's all fine, smoking weed, shit. And the big ups to fucking that Big Swan. But he's another one with a big fro. But when he sit there, and as soon as they light up their, so I didn't know it, but as soon as they light up their weed, they was happy motherfuckers and shit. They the smiles go here, and they just be singing. And then somebody would say something stupid, and then they be swinging. Yeah, I like. To me, it was something different. Remember, I came from East to last year. I watched Cholo shit, so I wasn't used to see all these how these Samoans got down. You know what I mean? They sit there, smoking, laughing, ha 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 ha. Someone said, "What? What? Oh, ba ba ba." All you hear is what? What? Woo woo woo. That's it. Hands move, feet fly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, karate movie shit on heavy steroids and gallo and shit like that, man. Everybody do shit like that. So the weed is real good, but real good weed is just so good because everyone's just so happy. But they should remember when Samoans, when you got Samoans, Islanders very, very happy. That's also that's a sign too. Ass whipping is if the red light's on for any kind of ass whipping, because happiness comes with ass whipping. Samoan drop, boom boom, drop kick, all that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's red light. But as far as that, yeah, Kobra was excellent for that, handsome motherfucker too. Extrovert babysitting. He can cook his ass off too. We didn't hardly have food, so I remember when we did have food, I'd go ahead and steal some eggs. We steal like a half carton of eggs like that, and some rice and shit like that, and that rice and eggs. They bring some onions up and the butter, and we cook a big old pot of. Girls make a big old pot of iced tea. I mean, what to be hot tea? I mean, and make a big old pot of tea, and then fucking that rice. Make a big old pot of rice, and that tea. The little kids would eat the rice and tea, and the older kids thus would have the rice and eggs. You know what I mean? But everybody got fed, and that tea went around a long way. So ones that know it, they don't know it, they know what I'm talking about. In the ghetto, tea and rice is your best fucking friend. You know what I mean? Best fucking friend. You know what I mean?
That's it. Word.